Well, welcome everybody. Still Monday morning here or Monday afternoon. Just looking at some numbers offensively. I believe we're 45%. I think 45% what I've read of our field goal attempts are from the restricted area or close to. So that means we're playing off the post and playing off the bounce and getting to the basket, which is 30th in the country, where a year ago I wrote down, I think we were 312th in the country. Only 29% of our shots came around the basket. We've been really pushing our guys to push the ball, emphasizing getting wide, running to the corners. And right now in pace of play, I think we're 33rd in the country, where last year we were 315. And we're shooting the ball at a high rate. Our effective field goal percentage is like 61%, sixth in the country. And we're 18th in the country in creating turnovers on defense, which means, I think as of right now, after 4 games, we're playing the way we want to play. We're playing fast, and we're turning defense into offense. Now, granted, we haven't played ACC level competition yet, but we've gotten better each game. I think our competition's gotten better each game, and I believe Kennesaw, of these 5 games we're going to play in this first phase of our non-conference schedule, is the best team that we're going to face. They've played Iowa State, Creighton, Belmont, et cetera. They're not going to be intimidated coming in here playing us. So we're looking forward to the challenge this week, playing Kennesaw tomorrow, and then headed down to Destin to the Emerald Coast Classic at Northwest Florida in Niceville. So I'll open it up for questions.
Questions for Coach?
Hey, Steve, just what do you see out of Kennesaw State? It looks like they're a very balanced scoring team that plays a lot of guys. And in some ways, when you look at the scoring averages, it kind of looks like a Steve Forbes type team.
Yeah, they're well coached, and they do have, I think, 4 guys in double figures. They're a little bit of a mismatch for us, probably size-wise. They're going to cause some issues for our bigs to be able to defend them off the dribble. They got some really good guards. They're fast. Defensively, they're tough. They're aggressive. They get out and deny. We haven't faced a lot of that, and so we'll have to be able to handle their pressure. Defensively, they'll even press some full court. They'll play some 1-3-1. We've seen some of that. But, yeah, I think it's a team that is very aggressive offensively and really good off the dribble, and they've got some guys that can score the ball off the bounce.
Any update on how Hadim was feeling after getting back into action on Saturday?
I mean, Hadim wanted to play. It was his decision. He's not 100%, but I still take whatever percentage I can get from him. He practiced yesterday. Hopefully today he'll feel a little bit better. And, it's day to day with him, but he obviously felt like he could go. And so that's where we're headed with him right now.
Steve, what did you see from Matt Marsh in his first game, and what do you think he brings to the table as you move into a different phase of your schedule now?
Yeah, Stan, I thought he really did a great job of moving his feet defensively. He had a couple really big-time hedges where he really stopped the ball handler from turning the corner, which for a guy his size is pretty remarkable, and hasn't really played. I mentioned this on the radio, I think, after the game. He's missed 13 weeks of practice since we started in June. He missed 8 weeks in the summer because he wasn't even in school, and he missed 5 weeks here with the concussion. So I was relatively pleased that he was able to play the amount of minutes that he played. I think he showed around the basket offensively that he can be a problem because of his size, and he's got really good hands. He's usually he got sped up a little bit, but typically he plays at a pretty slow pace inside, which is smart. I think that he can help us defensively. I think he can help us rebound the ball. He did get a first couple rebounds knocked out of his hands. He's got to go grab it with 2. But for a first time out, I was very pleased. I wasn't expecting him to steal the ball out of a hedge and go length to the floor and dunk it like Dallas Walton-esque the last game, but I'll take those. And I think he was excited about the way he played. I think his teammates were excited just to get him back in there.
Steve, I think you liked some of the things that Isaiah did in the first 3 games, but he didn't really have the scoring to go with it. So how encouraging was it to see him get hot and kind of have some scoring success in the first half?
Well, I just wanted to make you guys happy because everybody seems so concerned about him getting, playing better. And I don't look at it that way. I think he does a lot of great things that don't show up in the stats. And so, I was really pleased to see him make shots because that's just another guy on the court they have to guard when he can do that. And I thought it was interesting that they made the comment after the game that we had a guy that had never done that in his career before, and that guy made 7 threes against North Carolina last year, Isaiah Okoro. So he's done it before. He got on a roll, and got a lot of confidence. But he didn't hunt his shot either. Second half, I don't know if he even maybe took one. It was a great air ball pass to somebody underneath the basket, I believe. But yeah, he was excited, but he was excited. He's been excited every game we played for his teammates. And I think that's really, really important. And, I'm very pleased with the way he's playing, the way he's leading right now.
Steve, does the emergence of Matthew Marsh give you, when I say emergence, the fact that he can actually play now, right?
Yeah.
Once he gets better acclimated, does that give you some more flexibility with guys like Dallas and Hadim, where you could maybe have some weird lineups out there, especially when you're facing size, to where maybe Matthew's in there with one of those other guys at the 4?
Oh, there's no question. I mean, we can slide Jake to the 3. Like I said this in the preseason, we could play Hadim at the 4 or Dallas, and we could play Matt at the 5. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Will it happen tomorrow night? Probably not. I mean, just based on who we're playing and their size. But I think in the ACC and some of these other high major games, there might be a potential for that. Just depends on the situation and depends on, sometimes it's dictated by foul trouble. Sometimes it's dictated by some guys playing better than others at certain time, but I'm not afraid to do it. And we've done it before in practice. And I'm sure at some point that'll probably happen.
For scoring all those points so far this season, it seemed like I saw Alondas maybe the happiest with that no-look flip pass over to Davian to end the first half. Does he enjoy sharing the ball as much as he enjoys scoring?
I think that's his best attribute, is his ability to pass the ball. I mean, look at his assist turnover ratio, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 15-3. That's 5-1, and typically you'd like 2-1. I think he's an outstanding passer, especially playing across the court, skip passes. He's really good at that because of his size. I think he's a very, very unselfish player. And, I think he got a lot of pleasure in making that pass to Davian at the end of the half, for a 3. But I think everybody kind of plays that way on our team. Again, I don't think there's a lot of my turn shots so far. Now, we haven't been through a lot of adversity, been through a little bit, but not a ton. And so you'll find out more about yourself when you play through some serious adversity. But from what I've seen since the day we started practicing, these guys really like each other, care about each other, and like sharing the ball. And they get enjoyment from seeing their teammates score. And that's really important when it comes to having great chemistry.
You've got travel this week, an NTE, and also a holiday thrown in there. What the heck does the schedule look like this week for you guys in terms of travel and enjoying the holiday and stuff like that?
Yeah, typically I was talking to John Curry this morning, basketball coaches, we're not really used to having Thanksgiving. I've always played over Thanksgiving holiday, usually in an MTE, sometimes just a single game. But, we got to concentrate on playing Kennesaw first. When I was at East Tennessee State, we beat a couple teams, Georgia Tech, LSU, the game before they were getting ready to leave to go somewhere else. Does that make sense? LA or wherever, Vegas, wherever they were going to play. So your mind has to be on the game. And so that'll be the first step is that. Wednesday, we'll wake up and practice around noon. We'll eat, as a team, and we'll fly to down to Northwest Florida. I think we have to fly into Pensacola going down. And so we'll drive over to Destin, which is where we're staying. We'll have a nice meal that night. We'll get up in the morning. We don't practice till the afternoon or later that evening. So there's a lot of family going, I believe, players. So I've given them the opportunity to eat with their family, spend Thanksgiving together. Whoever doesn't have family there and our staff will sit together, and then we'll work out in the evening on Thursday, and Friday have game day and get ready to play for Oregon State. So, we have a plan, and we're always real organized on that. Frank Davis does an unbelievable job of pointing me in the right direction. And I did pick out the restaurant in Destin because I do have some experience in doing that.
And I guess that leads to, I guess my final question is, what does it mean for you personally to go back down to that arena and play in this MTE? And do you think you'll have a few folks down there cheering for Steve Forbes and Wake Forest?
I think that'll definitely happen. I think it means everything to me because that's where my path started to getting to here. Not that the previous 22 years didn't matter, but after leaving Tennessee and getting the opportunity to go to Northwest Florida, it put me right back on my feet. And, for Jason and Coach Shea, Coach Savage, we coached there as well all together, and went 62-6, went to back-to-back national championship games. But Mickey England, who hired me, is retired now. We'll be sitting right behind the bench. Ray Ross, who was involved in hiring me, whose son Ramsey was my AD after Mickey retired, is our host and a close friend of mine. Ramsey will be there. Dr. Handy is gone now, but he was the president that hired me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love Northwest Florida. We got an unbelievable time there. My family loved living there. And, I owe them a lot. And so it's exciting to go back. Plus, it's exciting that, I made the phone call to Maury Hanks when I got the job, who's the event operator of the MTE, and told him, I said, you should come down here and see this place. I think you could do an MTE here. And he came down my first year, and we talked about it. I took him around, showed him the facility, showed him, Destin. And that's not a busy time in Destin for the economy. And so it's really helped the economy by filling up some of the hotels, during that time. And so it's taken off. Maury's done an unbelievable job of running this thing. And it's the first chance I've really had to come back to it. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud that Maury, and with my help, has been able to start, this MTE is one of the better ones in the continental United States. And I think that's another important thing is it's easy for fans to get to. It's nice to go to places like Hawaii, Puerto Rico, Caymans, Bahamas, but there's a little bit more travel involved. We're here, you can get down and get back. And so we're looking forward to going down there.
Anything else for Coach? Okay.
All right. Thank you.